Hello, I'm Shelley Nordman. Welcome to Orange Poppy Studio, where it's all about dye sublimation jewelry. And in dye sublimation, the image reverses, and so you've got to deal with that in your designs. So today we're going to learn how to use a template, how to make and use a template to help us manage that aspect of dye sublimation. And to do that, we're going to make a pair of earrings that coordinate with this necklace. Let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about the reversed image of a dye sublimation print and how that affects an asymmetric shape. All right, so for dye sublimation, you need a blank shape. We're doing a pair of earrings, so we have a matched pair. And this blue is the protective surface on it. We will be removing that. So you need the blank shape. You need the dye sublimation print. And this is made with dye sublimation ink on dye sublimation paper with a dye sublimation printer. And I want to show you that this is the original. This is a jelly print I made. And you can see how bright it is. And then you compare it to the dye sublimation print, you can see this is very dull. It will brighten up as we apply heat, which is our next important element of dye sublimation. So this is a little travel iron by Sunbeam. It's hot to trot, and you never want water around dye sublimation, so no steam. Set it to maximum heat. And this one is especially good because it has a relatively large surface area without any holes. So stay away from the jellyfish, 400 degrees for 75 seconds, and we're good to go. And on this, I have a ceramic tile and a piece of soft fabric. So that's our heat source. We also need to have some heat-resistant tape, a lint roller to remove any dust, scissors to cut out the shape. This is a nail file to help shape the piece after it's been sublimated. We have some little butcher paper sandwiches to catch the extra dye. And here are the earring findings. And this is a little piece of butcher paper and a pen. We're going to use this to make a template, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So put your piece down on your piece of paper, hold it steady while you trace around it. And then you're going to cut this out. You want this part of the paper. You're removing this. So here we go. If you buy the shape from Orange Poppy Studio, I will send you a pre-made template. But if you have other shapes that you get from other places or you make them yourself, then this is how you could make a template. And I find templates to be absolutely critical to my design process with sublimation jewelry. All right, so here is the template. This is the shape exactly of the earring blank. So you turn it over, guess what? This is reversible too, which is the point. All right, because when we are going to make these earrings, we want to have an image on the front and on the back, and we need to take into account that this will reverse. If the image is on this side, it will reverse as we transfer the image. All right, so let's take off the blue film. And I have to say, I cheated a little bit and started the edge before I started filming. because it can be a little fiddly to get that started. So here we are. So this is what the blanks look like. Clean with your lint roller, both sides before you get started. You don't want anything, nope, now I get to try to go over again. You don't want anything to prevent a perfect transfer of the image. All right, so we have our clean shapes, and I printed this for use today for this tutorial in a way that would have the size I would like to have this on the earring. All right, so if I am going to print on this side of the earring, I need to reverse it. Okay, so for the template, that means you flip the template over and you view your potential image through here. Okay, so this is going to be the top of the earring, and I like this. Okay, so I take my earring blank and I place it in the template. I hold down and remove the template to the side, and I've already made little pieces of heat-resistant tape off of this roll. And what you do is you place the tape down and you press carefully, and then you press against the sublimation print. And let's put another piece to hold it very securely. All right, and now we're going to cut it out. Just give a little margin around the blank shape. First one done. Now, this, we've got to make sure that we get a matched pair. It's so easy to accidentally flip them. All right, so the image is going to be on the back side of this right now. That means we want to print on this side. All right, so that means we need to take this and flip it. All right, that's how I remember, because I have made this mistake so many times. I don't want you to have to do it. All right, now on this printout that I made, this print, these are reverse images of each other. So I know if I really want to be matchy-matchy and have an exact matched pair of earrings, I can do it because these are mirrored images of each other. Okay, so you place the template and you can see exactly what you're going to get when you transfer the image. We want it to be on this side, right? We want it to be, yep, we want it to be, we want it to be on this side, right? So that it will be a match to this one. I always double and triple check because I can't tell you how many times I have made this mistake. That's why I wanted to do this tutorial on it, so you don't have to make all the mistakes. You let me make all the mistakes, because I've made plenty. And again, we press down hard on the tape, holding it with this finger while I put on the next piece of tape. Press it down, hold the blank in place. All right, and again, we cut things out. Set that to the side. And cut around the shape, leaving a little bit of a margin, enough for the tape to hold. All right, now we have 2 earrings ready to go. We can confirm that they will be a matched set. And now we'll bring in the heat. Okay, the heat for these blanks. These blanks are made of Unisub FRP, which is fiber reinforced plastic. And the manufacturer told me to use 400 degrees for 75 seconds with moderate pressure. So we're going to make a little protective sandwich inside this piece of butcher paper. And I want them to be pretty close together, but not overlapping, and to fit within the space I have here on my iron. I'm going to close this down. And 75 seconds of pressure. Okay. After 75 seconds, we remove the heat. We can take our earrings off, move the heat out of the way. Now is my favorite part. All right, we get to look and can have the first look at the sublimation transfer. All right, these are plenty hot, so you gotta be careful with your fingers. You ready? Ooh. Oh man, I just love that step. It really feels like magic to me that it transfers so bright and so quickly. All right, let's confirm this with the original. And you really can see that the print has brightened, the transfer has brightened right up back to the original colors from the dull sublimation print. That's to be expected. It's the nature of dye sublimation printing. And here we are with our matched set of earrings. Or will it go this way? I think maybe I like it this way. All right, we've done one side. Now we're going to do the other. Let's bring our print back in. And this time I would like to incorporate this spiral with the seashell, with the sea star. Let's see. That looks pretty good. I think that'll be it. All right, now the first one, make sure that we are sublimating on the white side. This is another thing that I've made a mistake. I intend to print on this side, but I accidentally put it down like this and go on my merry way, and I double print. Don't do that. So we're going to print on this side. Going to place it down in the template, and now you can see the first side we did, bright and colorful. Hold it in place while we put the tape on. And remember, this part of the printout is a mirror image of this, so we will be able to do this one over here. Just a moment. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. And just think how many other fun projects we'll be able to do with this. So I'll set it there. And cut, leaving a little bit of a margin. Enough for the tape to hold. There we go. Now for this one. Remember, this is the side. So I put the template on, and I know this is going to go down. So this is the direction I want to hold the template. All right, and we did it with the spiral right here in. And I don't like it to be like this pointing straight up. I think that isn't as dynamic as if there's a little bit of an angle, a little more of it going off to the side. Now, of course, you do not have to do matching in any way. You could pick something different. You could focus more on the shell and the spiral there, or get your seahorse in there. Or do the reverse of on this side. But for today, I have chosen to do this spiral with the starfish. And all right, I like that. So we take this one, this blank side, put it down inside the template, hold it down while I remove the template. Set that to the side. We're all finished with the template for today. And I'm going to place a piece of tape, press it down carefully, and one more on this side. Press it down on the shape and then on the print. Cut it out. To the side. Bring in the heat. And here is our butcher paper to catch the extra dye. And they always go with the shape down, the dye sublimation print on the top. So the print always wants to be closest to the heat. All right, we're going to close that up. Again, 400 degrees for 75 seconds. Moderate pressure. We remove the heat. Take the earrings off. Push the heat to the side, and now I'm going to take a look. Okay, here is side one, and let's take a look at the other side. Oh, beautiful. It is hot, but it cools down quickly. And you can see the spiral and the starfish on this side. And the same over here. Ooh, hot. Remove the print and the tape. And here we are. We have these and we have this. Oh, I think it's so cute. Okay, so now let's make the edges shaped and smooth and curved. And then we will add the earring findings to turn them into earrings. But first, we're going to use this nail file to shape the edges. So this is a nice, it has a file, it has plastic in the, or acrylic in the middle to make it stiff, and it's wide enough that you can really control it. 100 grit on this side, 180 on this side. And for this project, I'm going to just start with a 180. We don't have a lot of heavy duty sanding that we need to do with the 100 side. So first I'm going to sand the edge to remove any of the dye, and then I am going to shape this edge off all around and flip it over and do the same on the reverse so that it has a curve to the edge, not flush. You can do what you'd like. This is what I like. I like the white border that this curve creates. Here we go. See that nice white border there? That's what we're going for. Okay, the edge is off on both sides. This needs a little more white showing. Okay, now I'm going to round the edge. It's kind of angled now, and we need to round it by using round strokes, curved strokes, and more of a light touch to give a final, very finessed shape to the edge of these pieces. You want your work to look professional, and carefully shaping that edge will help you achieve that. And this finish is plenty smooth, but sometimes you might like to use finer grits of sandpaper, something in the 200 range, 400 range, 800 will make this silky smooth. This is nice though, just as it is. Okay, one finished all the way, and now I'm going to do the other. Now you can see that this is nicely shaped, refined curves. There's like a little bit more right there. Okay, so now both of them are sanded. Clean off that extra. All right. So I'm calling this the front, but it really doesn't matter because they are both beautiful. In fact, I might like this one even better. But let me show you, you don't have to choose a side. You can change it as you desire. So these are the earring findings that I'm using today, and we will slip the earring on this direction, okay? And in order to make that tight curve, we need to open this just a little bit. You see that? And then we can slip on this beautiful earring we just made. Get it around the corner. You see that? And then we'll tighten this up just a little bit. We want it still to move and dangle, but we don't want this to fall off at all. Okay, here's one. And we'll do it again for this one. And the hardest thing is making sure to put the same side forward. So we want it to face this way, so we're going to put it like this. There we are. And we'll press this back just to hold it in. And here are the earrings. And if you want to change it out, say you just would like a little change, open that up just a little bit, flip this over, and slide it back around. And gently bend that back. And there you have the other side forward. So you have options. And there you have it, an asymmetric design. And you now know how to use a template so that you can get the exact position that you want on your earrings. Bye for now. Thanks for watching this tutorial. And here you go. Here are the earrings we made today. And remember, this lesson was about the mirrored image and how to manage that when you have an asymmetric design. And I hope you learned something and enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And there's an opportunity to subscribe over here and a link to something, my next video on this side. And since you are still watching, let me give you a challenge to look for opportunities to show kindness. You'll be glad you did. You know, as Helen Keller said, we are never really happy until we try to brighten the lives of others. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.